What's up, guys? It is Wednesday, January 29th at 7:45 p.m. This is going to be a big update across the board. Macro market update, crypto drivers update, Bitcoin. We'll look at the others market cap. We'll go into specific altcoins like XRP, XLM, XCN, Flare as well too, and kind of get caught up to speed. It's been a bit feeling like crap for the past week. Got a lot of sleep, got a lot of rest, feeling much better. So it's time to tap back in on the charts and see kind of where we're at with a couple of things. So first and foremost, looking at the macro drivers on the left side, we got the bond yields. Momentum is heading down. The last signal that flashed was a sell now. We like to see that. We need to see the bond yields go down, dollar go down, and then the indices go up for the stock market. And that's a perfect environment for crypto to go up. So seeing that bond yields are starting to trend down, that's good. Seeing that the dollar, we had this rising wedge, it's started to break down, but we need to see a little bit more. I'd like to see the dollar break the one-day EMA ribbon at like 107 flat would be solid, because then we'll see this one-day TSI dip below that zero line, which will move the dollar from an uptrend to a downtrend. Because as you can see here, ever since back October, we got above the zero line with the dollar and the TSI. It was our uptrend. Now we're sitting here with a potential break below the zero line, and this could now be our downtrend for the dollar, setting us up for a perfect environment for cryptos to finally take off. Now looking at the right side of the screen, we have the US Russell 2000. Our most recent signal was a buy now. We tapped off that 200 moving average. We like to see that. And now we just need to get back above and reclaim like 2,327 and maintain above there for us to, be smooth sailing to the upside to make potential new highs here. So that's a macro market update. Let's look at the crypto drivers. Looking at this chart, this is others against Bitcoin. We came down to the 786. So let me hide this. So we came down to the 786 here, this red one. As you can see, we had our low in November, our high that we had set in December, and now we breached a little below it, but tomorrow we could be right back above it. So as long as we close the weekly candle above the 786, we're still good. And this would be the level where alts would, bottom out, and then we can start shifting back to the upside. And when this chart moves up, altcoins are outperforming Bitcoin. So I'd expect, we're at this point where we should see a big turnaround for the altcoins, given that we're at the 786. I do not expect for us to go lower, but if we do, we would come down to here, and that would be a bloodbath for the altcoins, because we have this trend line coming down like this that's coinciding with this level down here, as well as we have the macro green 786 right here from the low that we had set in 2019 to the high that we had set in 2022. We have that green, and we have the bottom of the belly of the beast there as well. So this would be the level that we would hold for altcoins to then continue just going straight up. And then looking at the pump dump chart for altcoins specifically, and if we take a look here and we go to the 12-hour chart, we can see that we're starting to see that momentum come down. We want to see that. We want to see it dip below the 50 line. We actually got above the 12-hour 200 moving average here, but the one-day 200 moving average we got resisted at, and that's like the must hold below level for altcoins to maintain intact here. If we start to break above there, we're going to see a big wickening event, and we could see this chart come all the way up to here, and that would mean others market cap would likely come all the way down to like 277 billion. Wouldn't be good. But in my opinion, it does look like we're going to hold the line here. So looking at the pump dump chart again, if we go to the 12-hour chart, let's see if we're flashing any sells on the bonus indicator yet. No sells just yet. Let's go to 11-hour. Let's work ourselves down. And we actually just got one on the 11-hour. So we're getting good signs of that was it as far as the dip. So then let's go to the alt season pulse chart and look at whether we're still on track for alts to commence for a huge alt season. And let me go to the weekly chart. So we still have that 1 week prepare to buy soon, no buy now yet, which is good because we're comparing it to back here, something like this. And we're just still in this hung up phase, like this phase right here. But we came up, we got rejected by the 1 week market structure ribbon, this red here. We want to stay below 76.5%. And if we take a trend line coming down like this as well too, we're right at it as well. So the trend line starting up here in November, rejected back here in December. And that could have been the rejection for us to roll over hard here and just break below this floor and just melt down. And that would mean altcoins melting up in a big way. So Let's look at now Bitcoin and take a look here, looking at the 3-day chart. We're still maintaining above the 3-day 21 moving average. So as long as we're above 100K and we close candle bodies above there, we're good. You can see that the momentum on the TSI is getting close to crossing, the stock RSI close to crossing up. And if we look at the weekly chart, we can see here no 1 week sell nows yet. And we're right at this 50 line with the stock RSI looking like it's ready to cross up. So we just been going sideways, mimicking what we did last January into February back here in 2024. And we could be ready for the next leg up. And in my opinion, that would be it. That would be it right there. You know, bringing us up to maybe around 140 to 150K for Bitcoin into March. And with that, altcoins going up massively. And then we'd have to reassess at that point, because we're seeing a lot of things matching up as far as just like last year, this year, the timings of when the market starts to trend up. And we have back here, February, the week of January 29th into February 5th of 2024 was our big pop candle. So now we're at this point, this next candle starting on Sunday could be our big pop candle, you know, so we're lining up as far as the timelines and time analysis as well too. So in my opinion, you know, we're getting close to the next move up. Looking at the macro drivers, crypto drivers, Bitcoin, and the time analysis and the signals as well too, we're still good to go as long as we're maintaining above those key levels. So looking at others market cap, let's go to the 12-hour chart. We have this trend line coming down like this. As soon as we can break above that, which would be getting back above like 340 billion, but preferably 350 billion, we're going to skyrocket. So if we can come up here, hold as support, we're going to go and retest these highs up here. But until then, we're still not out of the depths yet. If we go to the 1-day chart, we can see that we're getting close to a cross up here. MACD flipping back from red to white, like back here in January. If we go to a 3-day chart, yeah, we just need to see that momentum cross up here on those medium time frames. But just like back here in January, where it looked like we're about to hit the fan, all of a sudden it just reversed. And I think I was looking at, oh yeah, it was the 1 week chart, right? So notice here that back in 2024, we had a 1 week sell now, the January 29th going into February 5th, just like now, January 27th going into February 3rd. So it's so weird how we're matching up on the timings and the signals as well too. I like to use the signals to measure fractals as well. And we have that same sell now, which was a fake out before the next leg up, which was ultimately then became the top with that second sell now signal. So notice here how we had the green market structure ribbon coming up, green market structure ribbon coming up. We tapped it, vertical yellow sell now, didn't break structure. And then that was what brought us up to the next leg. So if we were to repeat that, this would have been our bottom here this week. And then it would be up only until like, you know, March 17, just like last time. And that's what I'm definitely seeing here as being the case. So yeah, we're seeing the same things matching up as far as the signals back then, as well as the timings of everything as well too. And yeah, in my opinion, we're going to start to see with the new month, a new move up, and it's going to be to the upside because we're holding this macro 786 as well too right here. So from the high that we had set in March of last year to the low that we had set in August, you see that 786 around 300 billion. We tapped it multiple times, held as support so far, and things are looking good. And then looking at the weekly chart, you know, we're looking the same as back then as well too. So nothing as for a concern as far as the bull market's over. We still, in my opinion, have another leg up. So that was Bitcoin. That was the others. Now let's get into XRP. So just real quickly on XRP, no sell now signal just yet. We still have vertical prepare to sell soons. And XRP needs to start moving real quick, because if it doesn't move and get above or breach into the top of the hot zone, then we're going to see that sell now signal come soon. So it's going to be a critical 4 days for XRP to start making some moves. So as you can see, in December, we came up, got rejected by it. And then January got rejected by it. And now we're seeing the top of the void line band and the bottom of the hot zone at $3.62. So now that's our next key level that we need to break above, which I think coincides with the previous. That is a new all-time high. That's the level we need to get into, hold as support for us to see new all-time highs for XRP, and it would likely bring us up to $7 at that level. So for XCN, unreal, absolutely unreal. So just amazing, just absolutely amazing. So we nailed it with that. calling it out back here. We fired up. We took some profits, swapped into Flare in here, took some more profits, swapped into other coins in here, and then we took most of the profits out at I think it was at above 4 cents just the other day. It was on Sunday, it was Sunday, where I had made the last kind of call saying, hey, I'm swapping out. So now I'm 85% out of XCN into other coins, because we just, it was a monster move, and you got to take profits in that. You don't want to just keep hoping it keeps being stocking up, and it may, but I'm cool with swapping into a coin that hasn't done it yet, because there's less risk there, in my opinion. So I'm 85% out, would probably average around 4 cents, given that we did it in here, and then up here. And then we saw, and I would show you the Discord, but I don't got to pull it up. I don't have it pulled up right now, but I had said, hey, we're likely going to roll over, and I would expect XCN to come back down to retest the top of the hot zone. And that would be a good level to buy back in at. And that was around 0.022. And we came right down to it. So if I show you here, see 0.022, we got big buys into that, came back down. And right now we're at a level where, it's a make or break for XCN. In my opinion, I think XCN is not going to continue to go up with the rest of the market. We saw the rest of the market be lackadaisical, didn't do well, while XCN was doing well. I think if we see the reverse, the rest of the market do well, I don't think XCN is going to do well with the rest of the market. I think it will go sideways or bleed out, in my opinion. So, but still 15% in it. I mean, we made a killing off that, made off like bandits, no Bernie. And right now, just we're now swapped into multiple coins, but one big one is Flare. And notice on the right side of the screen, we have a 1 day prepare to buy soon flashing right now on Flare. Last time we seen that was November 3rd, November 2nd, November 3rd, November 4th, and it was the utmost bottom. It was when Flare was at 0.01236. We had our buy now a couple days later, and then we sent it up. So from that previous 1 day prepare to buy soon to buy now, that went up around 3x. Then we had the sell now, and then we just been trending down. We tapped on top of the belly of the beast. We have another 1 day prepare to buy soon. So now once we get that 1 day buy now signal, it's likely ready to, do its turn of what we're expecting. There was the option in that video. If you rewatch it, I had said either we did the double tap already, or we still needed to do the double tap. So I had said either we already did the double tap like this, where it was 1, 2, and then we could have went, or we still needed to do the double tap. And in my opinion, now at this point, we can see that we just completed the double tap like XCN did. So if I can pull up the comparison here. Oh, here we go. So see, so notice here how XCN 2, so Flare just did its 1, 2. And notice how the signals look the same as well too. XCN did it faster because it was a smaller market cap. Flare is higher market cap. So notice we had a buy here, and then a buy here, just how we had a buy here and then a buy here. And we were in the beast. And then we started to trend up. We had our sell warning, sell now right here. Sell warning, sell now right here. We had our first tap, second tap, first tap, second tap. And what I think is we're going to see a strong recovery at a Flare. And the moment that we breach back above 3 cents, we're going to start to get to going like that, in my opinion. And it's going to come quick. I think February is for Flare, in my opinion. Even if the rest of the market doesn't do well, looking to the past with Flare, because I remember it was 2024, and I remember saying February is for Flare. And I believe this year, 2025, February is going to be for Flare as well too. And I believe this move is what comes next. I'm sticking by it. That's my personal opinion, not financial advice. And I'm still swapped into that. And if you want to get updated in real time, if anything changes for that, then join the Discord, link is in the bio. But if you want to get access to the calls, then unfortunately, it's a wait list at the moment. So I'll put the link to the wait list in the description of this video too, for you to join Stargate VIP and get access to all these real-time calls as well as the Stargate software. But yeah, so that's what I'm seeing as far as Flare goes. And then, so I think that about covers it. If we look at XCN as well too on a high time frame, we have 10-day sell warnings. Let me go to Coinbase real quick. So notice here we have a 10-day buy now that hit the utmost bottom in October 2023. We now have 10-day sell warnings. So I mean, and we extended to the 4236 extension. You know, we're above the top of the hot zone. If you, everything that I mentioned in that 2025 price prediction video, go back to it, because, you know, just because it's beanstalking now and it seems like it's going to keep going up forever, you know, you got to stick to the plan. And that's what we did. So that's going to be it. That's what I'm watching, you know, critical week here, as well as next week as well too. And there's one-on-ones I got to make up. So I will reach out to the VIP members who I need to make up with, as well as I will be back in the Discord, well rested up, feeling much better now. So I'll see you guys in there. And if you want to join the wait list, link is in the bio for that.